Rotate your phone. Oh, why? I don't care. Are we on? Okay, we're live. Your phone is weird. Hello, guys. Welcome to part 2 of our Halloween edition tutorial. Hi, Samantha. Hello, Yang. Nice to see you, ladies. Well, not see you, but know you're here. Today, we're going to be finishing what I started last Monday. We're going to be doing a purple to orange ear and tail and a fun jack-o'-lantern design on the side. I have bad hair today, so bear with me. It's been a morning. All right. I just got Lakota's just brushing out. Lakota, say hi.
Hello.
Look at Lakota's fun hair.
I crimped it today.
She's crimped. She's so 80s.
Kind of like Griffin's tail.
I know. Griffin's tail is very 80s. All right. Okay, so usually what I like to do when I'm doing a lighter color is I usually like to start with the lighter color and then put the dark on top. So we're going to start with his orange. So I will have Lakota grab the phone.
I'm not going
to turn it off this time. So I'm going to take his ear and separate out to the side what I want to be purple and what I want to be orange. He's got nice eddies flow going on here. Good volume, right, Griffin? He's not happy about this. Okay, so we'll start with you holding your head still. I don't usually dye him, so he's just like, what the hell is going on, Mom? So you want to make sure you get this part good because I want to make sure there's enough purple to overlap. Hope everybody's having a good day. For everybody in Canada, happy Thanksgiving. If you're watching and having some time away from the family to do some creative grooming. Notice I'm not wearing gloves. It's just because I've been doing dye jobs all week and I gave up on that. But, you know, it will be messy. So I'm just going to start at the root. Usually I get a good saturation on first. And then I'm going to brush it in. Oh, Griffin, stop. Do you want an orange face? Because you're going to have orange face if you do that again. Okay. And then I'm just going to make sure it's in there. As you can see, there's still some hiding in there. Luckily, his hair is such a good golden tone that if I miss a little bit, it'll probably just look like a happy accident, like some streaks. And I said flame orange, but I decided to go with the ardent orange just because I wanted to go with a little bit of a darker color than the flame orange. So it's Mystic Purple and the ardent orange. So this is pretty good. I don't really worry about the inner ear so much because that just gets messy. All right, so now I'm going to create a little bit of a barrier here and lay my brush down. Swap. Ooh. Okay. And now I'm gonna start with the roots here. His hair is wild. He looked like a surfer boy all week. I was making fun of him. So he has a complex now. Okay. This part, like, gets a little messy, but you know, art is mess, at least for me. So as you can see, he does have a little bit of damage, but what I love about the OPAWZ is since it's in oil, it kind of gives him a good hair treatment too, so it's going to be a lot softer after we get the dye on there. Say goodbye to my hands. And Once we get this part done, I'll look and answer any questions on there. We don't even have it up on the other thing. I don't see it in the OPAWZ group.
I'm gonna let go of his face really quick.
All right.
Oh gosh.
We'll get this ear done and then we'll check what's going on with the other iPad because I can't see any commentary. We were kind of living on a prayer this morning here. Oh, we're halfway there. Oh, living on a prayer. Always sing when you do creative. It makes life better. Right, Lakota?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Lakota can be quite musical when she wants to be. If you ever call her phone, you have David Bowie stuck in your head for a year. All right, so I'm just checking through the hair to make sure I got everything nice and saturated. And then I'm gonna take the hair and see how I'm pushing it to the side. I'm doing this because I don't want it to really get with the orange too much. You got dead ends, boy. All right, so now we're ready for some saran wrap. And did we get the blue tape? Where's the blue tape? Oh, it's over there, I think. Hi, just hang out with me while we get ourselves together.
Boy, where's the tape?
I don't know. I can't do all this at once. I think it's in my drawer.
Okay.
It's in the brush drawer. We had a morning, so I was catching baby angelfish. Our angelfish keep having babies, so we got a little distracted with that. All right.
Oh my god.
Always be prepared before you put dye on a dog. Do as I say, not as I do.
It really helps to have two people too.
It does, it does. When I do my big jobs, like the one I did on Friday, which took 9 hours, and I'm still tired from that, I had two people, and that was just to hold the dog still. Okay. We're placing the saran wrap. Well, that's just a great angle, Lauren.
Okay.
All right. So,
There
there we go. And I'm just going to wipe my hands on my pants because that's how I roll. That's why I always wear black. All right. And then my painter's tip, which I love. Just hold his head still. I feel like he's going to be like, yeah, party. Just crunch that up.
See, buddy.
Taping. Pinch that good so he doesn't shake it off because he loves to do that. All right, let's go to the other side. I think I just wiped dye on my face.
Do you want me to pull up the comments on the iPad really quick?
Yeah, we're going to pull you guys up on the iPad. Welcome to the most untechnically savvy people here. Why do I only see, are we in the OPAWZ group? Like they're watching.
Yeah.
Why can't I see myself? Dude, I don't understand.
Just look up your name.
Yeah, I see me. Ugh. Here, I'm going to do it on this phone so I know I can pull it up on this. Sorry, guys. None of my computers seem to want to work with this, and I want to be able to answer.
There we are.
There we go. Okay. Let me turn this audio off.
Sorry, guys.
Okay. Lakota double fisted. All right, let's go to the other side. I'm going to get the ears out of the way. Wipe off my brush. All right, Griffin, stop. All right. So I'm just separating the color. Also, if we miss any questions after the tutorial, I'll go through and comment as well. So don't worry if I don't see your question right away. Do-do. All right, some orange. So there's going to be 2 stages on this. I'm going to do his ears and his tail, And then I'm going to put the stencil in for the jack-o'-lantern and do the black and do a rinse. And then I'm going to come out and color in the jack-o'-lantern. I don't like to mix the super black with the color when I'm doing stencil or detail work because it will blur. Like, it just makes the black move, and I want a solid outline. So, and I just got to do a jack-o'-lantern the other day, so I got a little practice in on that. So see, there's a little orange in that. I really am not too concerned with that. The purple will cover that. So make sure it's all brushed in nice and good. All right. I always start with the root and go down. And one of the ways that I get color to stay in really well is I saturate all to hell. I use a lot of product, but I get good results, so I'm happy with that. Okay, there's a little orange in there, but I don't care. Just make sure you wrap the ears really good because dogs love to shake their ears, and nothing can be more tragic if you're working, especially if he was a light dog, you would have to color isolate around the face because they're going to shake and you're going to get stuff everywhere. So see, I'm starting with the roots. I'm not worried about the purple over his black. I want it to look kind of naturally. It's like an ombre, so that's why a little blend is good. And if you want to make it even more ombre, you could actually just take the purple and kind of blend into that orange like this, and that's going to transition a little better. I wanted more of a separation, but that's what I do when I ombre. I blend those colors just to make it a hue. But technically with ombre, it's good to start light down to dark. So now we're just finding all those fun little baby hairs that are blonde. He has natural blonde anyway in there. Griffin's so depressed about life. You're gonna look fabulous, Griffin. Okay, so we got the purple good. I'm gonna move his face because he keeps trying to put it right in his ear. Honestly, if he gets like dye on his face, I don't care. He's my dog, but if he, obviously if a client, I'm gonna be way more controlled over that. So good amount of dye in there.
Rest in peace to my shoulders.
Oh, is that from you or somebody else?
No, me.
Oh.
I'm trying so hard not to shake really bad.
Lakota's got guns of steel. Everybody give Lakota a big hand. Good job, Lakota. She hasn't cut us off yet.
No?
She only did that like 3 times the last time.
Yeah.
It's okay because I cussed like without control then, and I'm trying to control my language. All right, so we're nice and blended. So now, Lakota man, time for our saran wrap.
Oh, crap. Here, hold this. Thank you.
Welcome to our comedy hour. Technically, if we could have had one more person here, it would have been great. So yeah, you see it's nice and saturated. Look at my beautiful hand. Yes. My hand has been stained purple, orange, red, and black. Somebody asked if I was a mechanic the other day. I was like, what car leaks orange? So now we're doing a wrap. I'll have Lakota put that on there so I can wipe my pants. Wipe my hand on my pants. It's the pants party, Lakota. Look at this face of concentration. Where's the tape?
That's right there.
Okay, straight off. All right.
I didn't get it perfect.
That's fine. I used to use medical wrap. Medical wrap is so freaking expensive, and that stuff always slides off because it doesn't grip to the hair. The painter's tape will stay on the hair, and it comes off easily when you add water. There we go. He's looking great. Don't you shake your head. All right, so let's get him on a hip strap. I think actually I'm going to do his stencil first. And then we'll do his tail. Let's get to the fun stuff, right? This is a fun thing to do on my dog because he's a freaking wiener. And wieners love to sit up for grooming, always. Right, Griffin? It's like, nope. So I'm going to try to get him to stand up. I go in between his legs so I can not block the stencil. Usually I have a design picked out, but I'm just going to kind of wing it. Quit looking. All right. He's going to want to look at everything. So I'm going to go in and just kind of, with a Sharpie, I draw my design. So, Griffin, stop moving. This is something you want to have somebody hold with you, and you want to go with the hair. If you go against it, just because. Oh, hey! Somebody, my chiropractor's outside. Stop. Shh. Stop. Griffin. Well, stop. Of course, when you're doing detailed work.
Stop. Hey, calm down.
He doesn't know that we're doing a tutorial. All right, We'll just wait for him to walk away. Griffin, stop. So what I was going to say is that you want to make sure that your dog is still. Do we need to go tell him we're doing a tutorial? Is he going?
I think he looks like he's going. We need like a do not disturb sign when we're doing stuff here. Because people see us in here and they want to.
They're like, hey man, you open? Can we get a nail trim?
Can I get a nail trim?
Griffin, stop. Okay, he's walking away.
Griffin.
Walking away. All right. Bye, Richard. Okay. So once your dog is... Griffin!
Stop.
Dude. If you bark again, you're not getting any cook. Get. Stop.
Stop.
Last word having mofo. All right, so... Stop moving. I'm just gonna get his little design in. I'm gonna move the table up. So we got his little eyeballs in there. Stop. Griffin? Knock it off.
I'm gonna change hands. There we go.
So due to the interruption, this may be a little wonky, but you know what? We'll deal. All right, so I got that in. Now we get the mouth. So just go slow. Know your dog's movement, because all it takes is one false move. Sharpie isn't very forgiving to have multiple turns. Don't start, guys. So that was supposed to be a line like that. In the bath, I will use Dawn and get this off. Trying to be too complicated. Need to be simple, Lauren. Hey! Okay. He's back again. Standing out there.
Do you want to pause and read some comments really quick while I go turn away?
Hello. I'm going to pause for a second while we, because I already kind of messed up a little bit because this guy's having a read some. Yeah, our commentary is funny. Oh, stop. Hi. Tuesday. All right. Sorry, guys. Look, we get a ring light. Shut up, Griffin. So yeah, basically whenever you're going to do portrait or any kind of detail work, the worst things possible will happen to you, like people showing up, dogs screaming. I learned from Friday that I'm never doing any detail work unless the shop is closed. Griffin, you are getting on my nerves, boy.
Okay. I think we're good.
Okay. Yeah, it says Tuesday on the appointment thing. This is going to be a funky punk again because of that, but we'll make it work. All right. I tried to read the comments. It just said our commentary is funny, but we're funny. You got to laugh a lot in this industry.
Yep.
He's a special pumpkin. He's only got top teeth because I ain't going in there. So when I get the black in, I'm going to do yellow. This is so messed up. Thank you, Griffin. Can't have nice things, can we? It'll be yellow in the mouth, so we will save it with some shading, I guess. So I'm just gonna get his lines in there. Line. It's great that I like kind of mess up the pumpkin that I have to look at all the time. Thanks, Griffin. All right, let's get the black. This is the really like fun part because this is where you're putting in super black. Super black is super, but it does not forgive you. Some dogs do better with a brush like this, and some dogs do better with a brush like this. I found the other day, like on pit bulls, this rounded brush worked a little better than the pointed. But since I'm going against Griffin's hair, so now I'm going to start with the outline of the pumpkin. Just go slow. I can't stress that enough. Griffin, I swear to God. Don't give me that face. Disappointed in you. So as you can see, it's going to get a little stuck, so you're just kind of rubbing with the hair. And I know he's black right there, but I really want to try to, the super black will still stand up on that. So let's get his shading points here. Griffin. Stay still. I know, you're being a good boy. You're protecting us from all the people in Burien. And I mean, all of us groomers are scared of a chiropractor. Gonna need him after this. I feel bad. I could probably do his dog when we're done. All right. Griffin. So now I'm just kind of tapping the color on the brush, as you can see.
I'm trying to get the, oh gosh.
I don't know what angle you're going for here.
Well, I'm trying to get the actual brush strokes. There we go.
You don't have to be Martin Scorsese here. It's a freaking grooming tutorial. She's all like, wide angle. Were you trying to kiss? She wants to put his stinky breath in your face.
Well, it's fine as long as he's not barking.
He's like, look at that. Look at him looking at your mouth. Hello. He's like, I'm going to stick my tongue in there.
Do not.
He's like, I'm going to put my whole face in your mouth. He will. And then I'm going to laugh, and then we're going to mess up this pumpkin.
He's a long boy.
He's a long boy. Long boy. Okay, so now we're getting into like, we're going with the hair. So that's why get a good amount of dye on your brush here and kind of stretch the skin and just dab lightly. Because you're not going to be, if you just go with the hair, you're going to get dye everywhere. You kind of have to dab, especially if you're doing longer coats. Griffin's contemplating life right now. He's like, I want to sit and I want to put my face in Lakota's mouth. Just want to kiss it. All right, let's get some fun little pumpkin lines. I do this stuff all the time, and I'm always like, I wonder what that's going to turn out like. Hey! No yoga. So I feel like the pumpkin's fine. He's just kind of looking this way. He's like, he's looking from the side.
No, that was a car.
Just make out with Lakota. Don't. Oh, he's gonna.
If you give me one kiss, don't do it.
So the other day I spent 2 hours telling Lakota dad jokes, so she's about had it with me.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to start now or else. Why can't a green pepper practice archery? Because it habanero. It doesn't habanero. Okay, that's
failed dad jokes.
Yep.
Featuring Lauren.
I remember the hippo one. What's the difference between a hippo and a zippo? One's really heavy and one's a little lighter. All right, back to tutorial. You guys are welcome. You can use those at work. All right. Griffin's getting the ants in his pants. So I got the outline in. Now we're going in for the gold. Don't do it. So also watch your hand, because you're going to stick your hand right in the black, as you can see that I do constantly. So I'm just getting that nice and brushed in. And I'll probably, when it goes time to rinse, I'll ask Miss Lakota if she minds washing while I answer your questions. You cool with that?
Yeah.
All right. Let's get in there. Na, na, na. I kind of gotten used to, you guys are groomers. You can tell when your dog's about to move. That's vital for stuff like this. That Friday the 13th dog, or Halloween, the mesh up one, I cussed so many times. That dog got the heebie-jeebies and the Macarena going right when I was doing lime work, and I was like, this is gonna suck. But luckily, like, when there's a little bit of wiggle in the black, you can work with shading and stuff, which I'm gonna show you guys after I get the black down. Griffin,
stay.
You should see him if I start messing with his feet. He gets all kinds of pissed. It's cute. I'm not going to say the magic words right now because I need him to sit still. So I'm just going with the hair. So we're going to do a little bloop, bloop, bloop. Nobody else walk up to her dang door. BR looked at that lady that's always had one too many would walk up. The one that's like, I like your dog. All right. So I kind of messed up this design, so I'm going to kind of improv and fix it if I can. If not, he's just got a wonky face. Don't judge him. That was when, this is chiropractor the second time. It's a client that didn't read his appointment text. It said 12:30, but it said 12:30 on Tuesday. Gotta love that, right, ladies? All right, so we're just getting these little vampire teeth. What are you even barking at? That was a crow. So like I said, the Sharpie will come out with a little Dawn. Not worried about that. Griffin, this is not a time to... Psst, psst, psst. Come here. Hey, you. Yeah, there you go. Thank you, sir. Okay, let's see. I'm going to try to match that line over there. Around this. Griffin, thank you, sir. Okay. I chose Griffin because he is a good boy. He sits still. All dogs wiggle. That's why you do not offer the service unless you know the dog. Like, for example, me on Saturday with those pit bulls, right, Lakota? Mm-hmm. That was fun.
Oh, their heads are just so strong.
I know.
So then when they want to turn and look at something...
It was just full of happy little accidents.
Yeah.
All right. So these big curve lines are always fun ones. So I just go slow. I only try to do about 1 inch of it at a time. You started bad, Dad. Dirty joke. I just ate my hair. Just 1 inch at a time. Just to see how it feels.
Griffin, stay. He's highly disappointed in this.
He's like, those jokes are freaking awful. He's like, what are you, 5? Okay, so now I got it in there. So I'm gonna take my little brush here. So I like to get a little blend so it's like shaded. So I'm gonna brush in these areas and get a little bit of shade in there. So as you can see, I'm just brushing that black in lightly because I want a shaded pumpkin. Oop, not you, just you. All right, so we got our design in. And now we're gonna move on to the wonderful tail. Lakota, when you rinse, just use, I would use the Hypo and a little bit of Dawn.
Okay.
Dawn is your friend when you have Sharpie. It also is really great to get that color isolator on. And I don't know if you guys know this, but when you rinse color, you should, can you hold this area?
Yes.
When you rinse color, you should always rinse with cold. Your dogs hate it, but it keeps your colors from blurring together. So as you can see, he has a naturally blonde butt, and I don't want to use color isolator right now. So I'm just, should he have a purple butt or an orange butt?
Well, what color's the base of his tail going to be?
Purple.
Purple, so then I guess probably orange.
Yeah, I think orange. That's what I was thinking. I was just testing your creativity. La, la, la. So because butts like to get color on them, I go with the butt first.
You just wanted to say butt.
Butt. It's a butt. Oop, right on the butthole. Sorry, buddy.
Meanwhile, I detailed Louie's butthole so good last time.
I know, that dog walks around and it's just like
popping.
all you can see is that popping butt.
Not one speck of color on that.
Little booty. Part of me's like, should I do his inner thighs?
Know,
Look at him. Look, do you see? He's like, don't you dare. His butthole is cold. The word of the day is butt. Ah! Stop it. He's like, I need to get out of here. Their jokes suck. Meanwhile, all viewers disconnect.
This video is pure chaotic compared to the last one.
This is why color's fun. Lifty is all serious. And this is party time on the butt.
Griffin.
Who's now? That? Oh.
It's just a
skater.
Dude skater. Duder.
Just for that, I'm painting more on your butt. He's so upset about it. Oops, that's the other side. I'm just getting that. See how the hair likes to hide little blondies in there? Trick to saturation is being thorough. So that means brushing it this way, brushing it that way. Also, your comb is helping you get that dye in there deeper. Doo-doo. All right, I'd say that's thorough. Little flame butt.
Did you hear Kiko?
Aw. Yes, I did. All right, so let's get some saran wrap just for this so he doesn't set the purple.
Can you,
Hello. Just me and a butt. Look at that. Shut up, Lakota. She's got to get her burns in while I have no hands. Just stick it on that butt.
Yep.
Don't get the base. Just the butt. There you go. Just the butt. And then we're going to tape that around if you want to hold.
Yeah.
So I've got the saran wrap like this, so I don't want to get the base. So Lakota, if you mind holding this tail because he wants to sit.
Oh, well, I've got his underside.
Okay, well that works. So I'm just going to get a little of this. When I do big Eskimos, I put them in trash bags. Mm-hmm. I call it trash bag pants. Get that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, moving right along. Okay. Ooh. Stabbed myself. Oh, Kiko. Okay, so I'm going to do the base of his tail and a little bit of this nice fro he's got going on here. So sad.
She just wants to show off her dress.
Kiko's got a poppin' pink tail that you can see from space. You need some hot oil, boy. Don't look at me.
Can we pop the butt strap on him?
I don't want him to move and rub off the design.
Okay.
That's the other lesson in this. That's why you need a helper. Okay. Griffin,
Hold on.
sir?
Let me adjust my... There we go.
All
Okay.
right, so I'm going to use my hand this time instead of the brush, and I'm kind of doing this from a weird angle, so bear with me. Let's start at the butt. Kiko agrees.
Kiko, go night-night.
Kiko's like, I want to be a star. I want people to know who
She
I
was
am.
popping around and wiggling in that dress so much.
She feels like she's a sexy Pomeranian.
Oh my God, never say that again.
She does. She feels all. Why? It's not. She's.
Well,
feeling,
she's in the. She just had her 9th birthday, so she's in the prime of her life.
She's looking. She's like a cougar.
She's looking good. She's feeling good.
She's like it's me. It's like I'm about to turn 41, and I feel like I'm pretty bitchin'.
I'm ready for my 20s to be over.
I'm ready for your 20s to be over too. Love you.
It's just a phase, I promise.
I know, right? You're just a girl in the world. That's all that they'll let you be. All right, so we got this. Make sure. See, look at this. See this? It's like it just those little blondes will just get you. So get in there really good. More dye, the better. That was a pigeon, Griffin. Oh. So after we get this rinsed out, I'm going to put in the jack-o'-lantern colors, which we're going to do orange, and then we're going to do yellow in the eyes. I'm going to do a little blend here on his butt with the comb. Boop, 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 boop. Make those noises. Tiny little boop boops. So Griffin's like, I am so over you. His tail was a little fried, but that tends to happen with the lift. That's why you want to get this dye and let it sit, and it kind of saturates for a minute, and then do a good conditioner, counterbalance what you've done to it. So I'm going to start by taking the color this way. Griffin, just bear with me a little longer. Mama, go fast. So I'm gonna go this way and just use the tail and just
Step, buddy.
paint that way. We're gonna have match, my hand's gonna match you. Twins. He says, put some of this on Lakota's face. All right, Griffin. Okay, so I went that way, and now I'm gonna brush. I take my hand, kind of separate that from going there. I love the purple. The purple works great for a lot of tones on dogs. Like if you have a gray dog, the purple will show up nicely. Or like when you're doing pit bulls because their coat. I recently saw a girl that was having trouble with a Frenchie. Like when you're dealing with those coarse coats, they're not as porous, so they don't absorb. I mean, you could do like a light lift on them, not so much to get color out, but just to make the hair more porous. But it's really risky to do a lift on shorter coat dogs unless you get some practice and stop, Griffin. He's like, you're brushing my tail and I hate it. Stop it. Sir, I love you. I love you. Okay, so now I'm just gonna kind of wrap that into itself. Yeah. All right, Lakota's saran wrap.
Got him?
Yep. He's not gonna sit with this. So I'm gonna saran wrap the two colors.
I can't saran wrap one-handed.
Oh. We started out with 31. I think my dad jokes might have sent people away. All right, guys, so this will also be saved so you guys can watch it later. Okay, fold that so it just stays like you don't want to go above there.
Yep.
And I got to get that little piece, this blonde right there, see it? Griffin? No. Okay, all right. You guys see our ceiling? That did not work out very nicely. Lakota, will you grab me a glove from over there? I know you're like, gloves now, but I'm going to show you a trick I do with the glove when I'm done with doing this dye job. Gotta be more serious. Can you hold this tail? He'll stand up if you just hold it. He's not gonna try to sit. Griffin, bear with me here. Okay, so we're gonna do the orange, and we're gonna let it sit, and I'll answer some questions, and then we'll rinse, and then we'll do the fun jack-o'-lantern and Halloween. Okay.
Got it?
Yep. I totally put this on the wrong hand, I think. Which hand do I wanna? I'm brain farting, do I do? No, I do. Hold that. The painted pooch, we're not open. All right. Sorry guys, I haven't been able to answer any questions yet. We are just not the best with computers, but I'll do that while we're letting it sit. Okay, so I'm gonna use the glove and just use it to get the color in. And I don't want to put too much of the orange on the purple, just the base here to kind of ombre it a little bit. And then I'm just using my hand to spread it out. Kiko. Griffin, no. Okay, so this goes, the tips usually go pretty quick. Lakota.
I'm not the one talking.
You're the one with the face.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Griffin, no, sir. So I'm just gonna make sure that's in there. Griffin. I know you're over it, but it's almost done. You can chill out for a second. Let's get that color nice and brushed in. Now that we know it's saturated, so now This is harder because Griffin's like 500 miles away from me here. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to take the base here, and I'm going to take my glove, roll it over, voila, and tape it. And then, when he wags his tail, it looks like he's waving at us. Sometimes the hand sticks out. That's kind of a messed up hand. All right, Alexa, can you set a timer for 15 minutes? I'm gonna let this sit and let's answer some questions. Where is my phone so I can, oh, here we go. So let's see. Oop. I can see the comments. How the heck? Griffin, no, sir. Can't really see the comments on this. See, it's weird.
Press it. No. Slide over. There you go.
It's just a lot of watching. Just our commentary is funny. He wants to look like your president.
Ah! No.
No, I don't foil between colors. I mean, you can, but I don't, honestly. I have just as good of a reaction with the Saran wrap. All right, so we're just gonna let that sit, and then we're gonna rinse. I don't really think we have to let it sit for a super long time because his hair was just so porous. It's like a sponge. Obviously, the longer you let it sit, the darker color. If you're trying to go for a pastel, you could do the color dilution and then let it sit for like 10 minutes maybe. I'm only doing 15 because also, you know, I don't want to keep you guys for the millennium here, but also we have a lot of stuff to cover, and I think it's gonna saturate just fine. Are you mad? Are you mad at me? Are you mad? Are you mad about it? Do you want to tell me something? But those feet though.
Here, I'm going to do something with the world's saddest Pomeranian.
Oh, are we going to do some palm tricks? So for your entertainment pleasure, bear with us. We're getting to the fun stuff. But look at this little saran wrap butt. Look at that hand. Ta-da. Lakota's going to do a Kiko show. Are we doing a Kiko show?
Oh, I was just letting her out so she wouldn't cry.
Oh.
Kiko,
do you
come
want
here.
to show everyone her
Kiko,
dress?
come here. Where is she? There you are. Kiko, come here. Come here. Can you sit? Oh, sit. I have nothing. I'm tricking her. Shake. Can you shake? She knows. She knows I'm full of it.
There's no cookies here. Liar. I am really sad at my iPad today because it's not. Look at that cute thing. We're on a time delay, so it takes a minute. Oh, everybody's Alexa got our timer.
Are you serious?
Do you guys want me to add stuff to your shopping list?
Have you seen the bird that adds to the shopping list? Berry,
Yeah.
berry, strawberry, strawberry.
Somebody added a butt plug to mine. I was like, I don't know who comes over to my house and does that. It was like arugula, spinach, strawberry, butt plug, new husband.
I can guarantee I know who did that.
Probably my husband.
Miss Lauren Hoodenplee.
You
Hoodenplee?
Hoopin'
Hoopin'
Noodle to be exact. My real last name, guys, is not Piston. That's just the fun one. My real last name is Hoodenpile. Yeah, I'll let you absorb that for a minute. Hoodenpile. $1 to whoever can spell that correctly. Yes, Lakota. So yeah, this guy's a little wonky, but you know, it's on the dog.
Kiko.
So the super black takes pretty fast. So if you guys have any questions, this is a good time for it right now because Either that or I could start telling dad jokes. It's just the waiting game. I'm looking. Vodka. Be like, Alexa, play Africa by Toto. I miss the rains, Lakota.
Down in Africa.
In Africa. There's nothing in the world to take me away from you. There's nothing that 100 men or more could even do.
I sure hope so.
Okay, so we're still waiting. I'm just keeping my hand under here because I don't want to smear the pumpkin. I didn't like really shave enough to make his face, so he's kind of looking sideways, but it'll look cool once we add color. And this is a quick bread and butter you can add to your not shopping list, that's the Alexa, to your grooming quick pumpkin. I totally forgot to mix green because I'm going to do the stem green. Totally remember that now, Lakota.
You told me orange and purple.
I just and yellow and green we're gonna need. I'll do that while we're rinsing.
Lauren likes to punish her employees for things that she didn't ask them to do.
Apparently I'm very abusive.
Yes.
So abusive. The worst boss. I buy coffee and put up with your shit all day. Hey. It's true.
Someone's stomping around over there.
I know. Is there any questions? Here. I'm so impatient. I'm like, has it been 15 minutes? I missed a spot. I'm just gonna mess with him until he's ready. I think he farted. Or is that you?
No. I don't up to it.
It's like, can't you hold it till we're done with the tutorial? It's very unprofessional, Lakota. Did you send an email? All right, like, yeah, I did 4 crazy dye jobs last week, so I am like slap happy. So you guys are just gonna have to deal. This is what it's like to be around me all the time.
It's exhausting.
It is exhausting because I'm so funny to myself.
Yeah.
You laugh all the time at me.
I do.
Yeah, sometimes at me. Griffin, good buddy. I give you a cookie after the bath. He's had quite a few cookies today, so I don't want him to take another poop because we did that already. Okay. Alexa, how much time is on the timer? Sorry, guys.
You have 7 minutes and 20 seconds left on your 15-minute timer.
7 minutes. 7 minutes. All right, I'm going to let Lakota hold this weenie here.
I'm holding.
She's good at it.
I got it.
Professional weenie holder. Let's see. Happy little green. I think I'm going to use... I don't know if I should use a tender green. No, that'll show up good. Profound.
I didn't see any yellow in there.
There's yellow. Just throw that anywhere. They call me Mellow Yellow. Lakota, talk to the people and just stare at them.
Oh. Hey.
Brilliant. So brilliant. That was great. The encouraging intelligence of Lakota.
Antoinette says 7 minutes and 20 seconds. She's reminding us.
Oh, cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
Panda watch. Things are getting tense around here. Don't judge me. Okay. All right. Hello. More of me. See, it's like from the camera angle, it looks really slanted. Like,
Well, I think once it's rinsed,
it'll be good.
and it gets the idea across too, you know.
All right. Hey. I'm glad that we have all our timers set for you guys. I like to make Alexa fart.
Yeah, you do.
She did the other day, and I couldn't get her to stop at the house. She went on for like, and then she's like, would you like more? And I was like, no. And then she just kept going. She just kept farting. It was like 10 minutes straight of nasty farts.
Sean and I were, because his mom finally got a bunch of little Alexa things all around the house. She's like, stop it. She's so upset with us.
Oh, yeah, because she just listens to everything. What I find funny is that she can fart, but she can't burp. And if you ask her to burp, she
gets
says
very offended.
Yeah, she says a cloud doesn't have air. And I'm like, what exactly is a fart then? That would be air as well. I'm like, bitch. You can fart, you can burp.
What exactly is a cloud?
She's a cloud. She's a cloud of data.
It's a vapor, right?
She's not a vape.
No, a cloud, like an actual cloud. This is not a science class, by the way. Oh my god.
I'm so glad this is going to be saved forever.
Andrea's rolling her eyes at us right now, probably.
I know, she's probably like, God, ladies, I'm tired. So on Wednesday, I'll talk about what I'm doing on Wednesday because, oh, you guys want to see it? It's crazy! Okay, because Katrina and Samantha did such a great job on the skeleton poodles, people have seen it, so now they want them. So I'm doing this.
A this.
So it's going to be a carved out skeleton with a Day of the Dead portrait on its butt, on a doodle that is like the biggest doodle in the world. But Lakota's going to help me, so we'll die. Feel sorry for us. I just think about that and I get tired. You know?
Aaron said, dang, I missed this. Gonna have to go and rewatch it. Must have got my dates wrong. We're not done yet.
Oh, we're not done. You got plenty of more of us coming to you.
Yeah. Still gotta add orange and green and yellow.
Yeah, we're gonna color in this pumpkin. That's a little wonky because my chiropractor showed up.
Lauren just wants to hold my hand. Stop. You can hold your wiener all by yourself.
I'm not as good at it as you.
Samantha's very excited to see.
I'm excited to be done with it.
Yeah, me too. I'm excited to
We're
be done
doing it
with
all
you.
on Wednesday. So we're starting at 9, and we'll probably finish at 9. Probably. All that carving of this.
Yeah.
Samantha, I might hit you up for some rib cage advice. Did you post that one? Wait, you're doing it tomorrow. You're not going to show us the rib cage, though. Everybody has to watch Samantha tomorrow finish her skelepoodle. What?
Antoinette says 2 minutes and 41 seconds.
Thank you, Antoinette. What would we do without you?
She's a real one.
You're great.
Oh, Caddy's trying to say hi.
Oh, look at our
Hi,
shop
baby
cat.
girl.
Show him the shop cat.
You got it?
You can tell him the backstory of Caddy.
Oh, Caddy. So Caddy's owner passed away, and she was left alone for 4 weeks in the apartment with her owner after she had passed. And she was extremely overweight, still kind of is just a little bit. But, so she's lived here with us for how long? 2 or 3 months now?
3 months. She's getting a color shampoo bath tomorrow.
With the OPAWZ funky color. It's cat safe. She's hissing at my dog. Louie, go. Go on.
Says, I don't
Come
have
here.
time for that.
But she's a very good girl.
We do rescue work with the local rescue here, so they let us know when there's issues like this with animals. So we do their grooming services for free. And when I was grooming her, I was like, I think she should live here, and now she does.
Yep. She's a very sweet cat.
She is. She's very.
She has
talking times.
Almost 10 loving mothers.
Yes.
We're back.
Oh, Samantha, the other reason it takes so long is we take a lot of breaks, and Chewbacca is a pro. He's the one that I did with my friend Lindsay Buchholz, which my phone likes to call it Buckholes. If she's watching, you love you, Lindsay. We did Tigger on him. So he's good with sitting, but we give him lots of breaks. But yeah, I'm exhausted by the end. I don't give as many breaks. Okay. Shall we rinse?
Yeah. Alexa, timer off.
Here, we'll go rinse together, and then you can dry while I answer questions. To the great wide faded room. Lights. Okay. Shut up. Closed, man. Okay. All right. So I'm going to rinse first, and then we'll shampoo. Let's see, which side did we start on? Start on this side. You always want to rinse where you start first. Griffin's going to be super mad about it. Sorry, buddy. Should have had this all set up already. That would have been proactive of us. But... Ah, get off your butt. Thank you. All right. Perfect. So rinse, 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 rinse. Lots of rinsing. Don't pull away the rinsing because that's when your colors will blend. You don't want that too much, even though mine are a little blended, but I want it to be blended. All right, flip. Flip-a-dee-doo-dah, flip-a-dee-doo.
And trade the sides?
Yes. Try not to get the super black wet. That stuff blurs. Turn everything gray, the slightest touch. So I always try to do that, and I just don't let the water leave it until all the color comes out. All right. Fortunately, right before this, I cut Griffin's ears short because yeah, he was getting on my, he's being a butthole, and I was like, I'm gonna cut your ears short. I don't know. Had no real reason for it. I wasn't expecting to do a tutorial on him. All right, let's get that back. It's like, that's cold, Mom. Look at that orange booty. That's an orange booty, man. See, I didn't let it sit very long, but this color stayed pretty nice because he had such like porous hair. Next week, I'm going to be doing like 2 conditioning treatments on him just to kind of like, I mean, if you lift a dog's hair, there's going to be damage. A wiener dog's hair is a lot like your hair, so if I take my hair to blonde, it would just fall out. That's why I've never been a blonde. Plus, I don't look good as a blonde. All right, into the black. Okay, there we go. Did I totally, oh, that's supposed to be. It always looks weird when you add water because it, you know, as that blurs out, it looks blurred out. Okay. So we're just going to do the Dawn. He's going to get a a bath with conditioner when we're all done. So I'm just gonna go in there, rub-a-dub-dub. Get that Sharpie out. And if there's any black I need to touch up, I'll do it after I put the color in. Okay, I'm gonna do this warm now that so I don't torture my dog. There we go, buddy. Yeah, your back's smelling at you. It's happy Halloweener.
The cheese is real with this one.
You call it cheese, I call it awesome. Like, cheese is awesome. Like, who doesn't love Gouda? I'm like a big block of Gouda. And you're my feta.
What makes me feta?
You smell like feet. No, she doesn't. She smells nice. Like a unicorn fart. Oh. Shake it off, buddy. Look at those. Look at that orange.
It's going to be very pretty.
It's going to be so pretty. We're going to get pictures of him and Kiko together. They're going to prom.
Yep. Kiko's got her dress on.
I know.
We can get a bow tie on Griffin.
We still got some purple to let go of here. Sorry, buddy. That purple, man. It's a strong one. It's just my imagination.
It might have came off your hands too.
No, it's on me. That is the source of logic. All right. Ah, it's a good boy. All right. Well, it's a little bit of residue, but that's pretty normal with the purple. All right. Okay. Do you want to blow dry and I will get everything ready? All right, guys, so she's going to blow dry and we're going to get ready to do some color on the jack-o'-lantern and then we're done. I will go back and answer all the comments that I missed. This is me reading. Okay. I'm trying to read all this. Yeah, this I'm gonna hit save, so this will be there for you guys to watch later. Maybe one day I'll do one of the really intricate designs with you guys, but that's that would be a long video because it takes a long time. Like I stated before early in the video, if you're gonna do detailed dye jobs on dogs, I would definitely make sure you know the dog, have a helper. Assistants are vital for this kind of work because dogs like to wiggle and you don't know when they're going to wiggle. And make sure you give your dogs lots of breaks. I've been doing this a long time, so I can pretty much do stuff like this pretty fast. But if you're just starting out, what I'm doing on Griffin would take you a little bit longer, so judge that and base your price well. Hi, how are you? I could see everyone at all my fave groomers are on here. All the color queens of the world here. Yeah, so I got my dye table all set up. So I am using the Profound Green on the stem and I don't know what the yellow is called. Let me write. There's only really one yellow, so let's see. Oh, it's glorious yellow on the jack-o'-lantern with the ardent orange. Andrea, I love the tender green on the ears. It looked really good. I love that color. It's a fun one. You guys are turning out some really wickedly cool Halloween designs. That's a hard contest. There's so many good dogs. I feel like everybody's just killing it. Does anybody have any questions, or are you just going to listen to me babble? He takes for a wiener dog, he actually takes a lot longer to dry than I would like. But he's got luscious hair. Oop. Am I turning the volume down? Did you guys hear any of that? Was I turning it down? More dad jokes. Let's see. Why is pepper annoying? Because it gets all up in your face. What does a Spanish clock say? Tic-taco. These are all really not culturally appropriate and bad. You're welcome. Yeah, I mean, I'm impressed with so many of those entries. There's so many great ideas. Like, I think the next dog that I really want to do is I want to do like a really cool zombie poodle with like rib cage. And I don't know if you guys know this about me, but I do special effects makeup as well. So I kind of want to mesh my worlds and make like this really complex zombie poodle with like weird tones of skin and the bones, but do it in like fun pastel colors, so it's still like, you know, My Little Pony zombie version, so it doesn't trigger people to be upset. Yeah, the mom jokes are all dirty, and I feel like I need to keep to a nice PG rating, or at least I'm trying to. I seriously came up with like 20 for Lakota the other day. They're bad. They were so bad. Like, what do you call a deer with no eyes? No idea. Yeah, special effects, like special effects makeup. I used to work in the movie industry in Los Angeles. I worked on like 28 Days Later, stuff like that. I specialize in like gore. I also do production design where I build and age movie sets, like decomposition of walls and stuff. So when I moved to Washington, I was just kind of like, I need to I already worked with dogs in California as well, but I needed to keep doing something artistic or I was just going to lose it. So I just started implementing my creative work into dog grooming. Samantha, you can use all my jokes. I'll send you some to use on your tutorial. If you guys are just tuning in, don't miss Samantha's tutorial tomorrow with the Skelepoodle. Rachel's finishing up her spider dog, I believe, this week. We have another fun Joe Exotic happening. They are all on the OPAWZ calendar. I will post those dates for you guys, but there's all kinds of fun things we can be learning and just all of us as an industry be better, which is great. You're doing it Wednesday? I thought you were doing it Tuesday. You're doing it Wednesday this time? Okay. Samantha's doing that Wednesday. Sorry. I'm off. All right. So now we wait. Did I mention I have really bad hair today? It's like, ugh. Look how great my hands are. Ooh. I know I should wear gloves, but gloves just get in the way. Oh, she's doing her Skelepoodle Wednesday at 4 p.m. Eastern time. So check it out, guys. And it sounds like the dryer is on low, so we're getting to that point. This is my salon. Do you guys like my Paint and Pooch Halloween banner somebody made? Somebody needs to do that poodle for a Halloween design, Samantha. We need a dog with a large top knot. Oh, I love you too. Well, I do paint myself. This is like a really lovely color combination. See, like I can do really good shadow puppets or like, see, it's like a bunny. Here. I'm so tired, guys, sorry. Like I said, if you guys have any questions, not about my dad jokes, but about actual process of this, and just to remind you, you can watch the lightning tutorial that's saved on OPAWZ. It's got some really vital, important instructions as far as also just being safe, because that stuff works really fast and you really need to understand the product before using it. Okay, she's taking forever. Ooh. I think somebody's sending me pictures of their creative work. I will love to see that. I think that everybody should just start posting their favorite design this month on this commentary. Let's all bask in each other's glory here. I mean, I was just discussing this actually, the question, do you use different dyes for different hair types and textures? I mean, I always use OPAWZ. I am very loyal to it because I think it's the best. And also everyone that works for OPAWZ is really wonderful, and I love the product. Different colors work better with different types of dogs. When you have like a pit bull and stuff, some colors aren't going to stay, like the greens and yellows, but like the adorable pink and the oranges and the purple, they'll stick really well. So, I mean, a lot of the ways that you learn what colors are going to work on textures and coat is just testing it out and playing with it. You know, you can always take a little hair off the dog and try to do a little test sample. But the wire coats don't hold colors as strongly. So I find colors that are based into more of the red tones, like the hot colors, stick better with those coats. And then, you know, like when you have different color dogs, like if you have a really brown dog, their base is yellow. So you want to be careful when you're using colors that will contrast with yellow. All right, here's a pink, purplish pink here guy. Yeah, it didn't stay in the ears as good as I wanted it to, but it's good. All right. Hi, Lakota.
Oh, my God. Trying to get him hooked up.
I can get him hooked up.
Okay.
All right. So it didn't stay as good as I want, so while I do this, I'll probably pop another layer on. Patty is mad. It's mainly just wanting to get this done so we could show you the pumpkin. So we'll do the pumpkin, and then I'm going to coat these ears again with just the purple. The orange stayed pretty nice. The purple didn't want to stay. Let's just douse that really quick. Just get that in there. And this will happen. Don't be afraid to touch up your work. It's worth it. Your end product is what it's all about. So I'm just doing this really fast. I just want to get some purple in there so it could sit, and then we'll do the pumpkin. And we need to condition your hair. Also, like, I could have let this sit for 40 minutes, but I was running out of stuff to talk about. I told some more dad jokes.
No.
I was asked.
Oh, you're torturing them.
Samantha asked. I was just doing what was asked of me. Okay, just get this on here really quick. I just want this to be really bright, and sometimes, like, it doesn't look bad. It's very, like, it's more of a pastel. I want bold. So just double layer in. Do this really quick so we can paint this pumpkin. Saran wrap. Okay, buddy. He's like, I'm so over you, Mom. He's like, I thought I was going to go to daycare today, and then I just had my sister just got dropped off. It's like every time I go with Mom to work, it means I'm getting a bath. Tells me to stop barking at everybody. Okay. So I'm just gonna do this really fast. This is stuff I've already gone over. As you can see, like, he had like pretty processed hair. Sometimes you gotta go twice when they've been processed with different coats, especially coats like his, because his hair is really human-like. And I mean, It would be fine if I wanted a lighter effect, but I want it to be a little darker. So I'll just go in there really quick. Just put some more purple in there. And this isn't necessary, I just want them to have darker color. This is why I tell you guys to wait between the bleaching, because this is after 2 conditioning treatments. You want to have nice coated hair for a darker result. Let that heat up on your ear, buddy.
I think OPAWZ makes a coat treatment too. I haven't tried it yet, and I can't remember what the name of it is.
Well, they're watching, so they can
Yeah, it comes in like, I think it's like a little syringe.
Well, you can use that protein filler stuff too,
Yeah.
like on top of the treatment they have.
Exactly.
All right. I'll do the tail last because I want to focus on the pumpkin now. All right, here's our little pumpkin guy. Okay, Griffin, I'm going to have you on the groomer's helper, buddy, so you
It's
can...
LPP and PPT. I will check that out.
Okay. What I found cool is Samantha trains her dogs and they just sit there. Very impressive. I can't do that. Mine does not just sit there. She's pretty fabulous at that, guys. So I'm going to start with the yellow. Get in there. So I'm going to go with the hair. Now, mind you, like what I was talking about with dogs with this tone, the yellow is not going to be super bold, but it will still be there. So first I'm just going to get a good coat in, then I'm going to go back and brush those little areas. It's a happy little jack-o'-lantern. You guys should start telling me dad jokes because I need more to annoy Lakota with. It's part of my, like, job to annoy Lakota. I'm really good at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are.
She has to go home to her man who's
On the
just like,
clock, after hours.
just like this too. She says she never has a dull moment in her life.
Nope.
I say she's lucky. All right, so as you see, I'm just going with the hair. I'm just going to saturate, and then I'll use the brush and go in. The cool thing about getting color down is if you have color down, it's already starting to do its job on hair. So it's good to kind of get all your colors laid out before you start brushing because you don't want to get too much yellow in those. You want to stay between the lines. Okay, so now we got that. Let's get the happy little green stem. Where did I put that green? Shut up. Oh, it's right. I'm looking at it. All right, so let's get the stem. The green is a hard one to get on this tone sometimes. So like I said, it's okay. Why does everybody have to call us when we're doing videos? If you put it in airplane mode, then you can't go live.
Mm-hmm.
You should probably just use an iPad next time. They'll be like, we're not using it again. Your
We'll
jokes
get
were awful.
a selfie stick too or something.
We'll get a photographer right here. Andrea's probably like, we're not going to use you again. Your jokes were awful. Sorry. I don't want to dye your brush. Is that my brush or your brush?
I don't know.
That's my brush. Okay, I'm going to use the... I might sneeze. Whew. All right, I'm going to use the little brush. Griffin, stop yourself. Get in there and just kind of go with the design. Little happy pumpkin. It's just like coloring in a color book made of fur. A fur coloring book. Okay. Alright. So yeah, I don't go over the black too much because that color will make the black will stay, but it gets a little sheeny. It gets like a sheen to it. Make it turn kind of yellow. And like I said, I'm just putting a coat down and then I'm going to bring out the brush and get all these little areas. What are you guys sniffing down there?
I don't know.
Do you hear that?
All I hear is little snip snips.
They're like,
well, we all know Kiko has
do they know?
an obsession. No, me and you.
You said we all know. Apparently you guys are familiar with
Well,
the
it's
ways
universal knowledge, I guess,
that Kiko
to mankind that Kiko is obsessed with attempting to eat hair. She likes to be covered in it. She likes to roll in it.
It's funny when she gets that way and there's like a black dog because you don't see her.
Or it's a white dog and it snows on her.
It's Louis that's doing the sniffing.
He is a sniffer.
So I probably could have gone a little lighter with his tone, but I didn't want to do another lift on him. I mean, it's just up to what you guys want to do. If I waited like 2 weeks, I could have done 2 lifts, but I think this is going to be fine. I like it. It's just not very bold, but it will be fun. Looks like a pumpkin to me.
Yep.
So like I said, we're just getting some of that color on there so that way when I brush it, because I'm going to brush it in piece by piece at first, and then I'm just going to brush it all together. First, I want to get some color down. Griffin?
They can't see it, but I'm being really creepy right now.
Fuck, dude, you're just breathing in my ear. I mean fudge.
Oh.
Oh?
Oh.
Oh, what?
We're swearing like groomers.
Oh, no. These groomers might be offended by our groomerness. Alright, I get my little plastic brushes. Let's start with the yellow. Brush, brush, brush. Like I said, I'm not expecting the yellow to really be super bold, but there'll be a hue. It's a demented pumpkin. It's goth. Somebody posted this thing and it was like, you're not gothic, and it was a picture of spooky nerds. It's like, you're a spooky nerd. And I'm like, I am a spooky nerd.
I feel personally attacked.
I do too. I felt very triggered by that post. I was like, I am, I guess, but we are nerds. Like if cameras followed us around always. Speaking of which, on Tuesday we have this freaking kids show coming here to film us because fun of learning about grooming for kids. And so the people were like, can you groom the owner of the show's dog so they can use his dog as an example? Can you guys guess what kind of dog it was? It was a doodle. They're like, can you just throw that in on your schedule Tuesday? And I'm like, no, a doodle takes too long to do on a TV show if you're only going to be here for like 1 or 2 hours. And then so she's like, well, how about this dog? And she literally sends me another picture of a doodle. And she's like, why don't you just shave it so we can see the before and afters? And I'm like, freaking.
Like, why couldn't they have just owned like a chihuahua?
Yeah, and I'm like, if they want to watch a dog get groomed, I'm like, we have plenty of dogs. Just watch that. They're going to watch me make the caddy into pink. Because that's the only dye job I want to do in front of people asking me questions.
Right.
See, we're really nice and saturated. Make sure everything's in there really good. Okay, so now I'm going to be bold. Bold. I feel like I'm going to miss over here. Just get that guy in there. Happy little jack-o'-lantern. I will tell you, when you're doing portrait work, half the time it just looks like a big blobby mess. So don't get discouraged. That's normal. I'm not going to really touch up the black because I don't really think it needs it, except right there. I lied. Lies. We should have got coffee. Why didn't we get coffee? If you're watching this and you're in the area, come to the back with an oat milk iced latte.
Deliver the goods.
Just don't knock. Just walk in. Dude, if somebody really did, I would be like, you're a freaking angel.
Oh.
You don't want coffee.
I do.
Okay, so don't worry about what Lakota wants.
Oh, buddy, come here.
Don't worry about Lakota's coffee choice because she's an a-hole. So I'm just touching up some black. Okay, so we have that in. Well, Lakota looks at questions and commentary. I'm going to touch up this ASS.
Oh, hold on.
Ooh. Excuse you.
Well, I don't know how far up you went.
Well, I mean,
Let's see.
You can look at it.
Which bear's the most condescending?
I don't know.
A panda.
What do you call a bear with no ears? B.
Oh yeah, that's the one that I knew.
You didn't know it then.
Samantha telling dad jokes.
What do you call someone with no body and no nose? Nobody knows.
This one's for you, Lauren. What kind of noise does a witch's vehicle make?
Broom.
Broom, broom. You got it. This is all from Samantha.
Thank you, Smith.
What's brown and sticky? Well, I can name a few things, but
A brown and sticky. I know this one. A stick.
yeah. You're on it, dude.
Dude, I'm a dad joke queen over here.
She said she's gonna save some for her live. Well, good. We need to distribute some of this. Hello.
Should I tell the rapper one?
Yeah.
Well, here's one. What do you call a crook that likes to rap? A converse. This one's not appropriate, but I'll tell it to you anyway. All right. What did they say about the female rapper that only liked to rap during her menstrual cycle? Girl got a mean flow.
You're canceled. Lauren is canceled. Hello, Hector.
Whoa. So I'm just touching up the purple in this tail. The orange turned out pretty nice, but, you know, I just like to... I'm a perfectionist, guys. I freaking, like, don't know how to stop sometimes. You could ask Lakota.
Yeah, it's pretty awful.
It is pretty awful. I drive myself crazy. But I gotta look at this butt all day because this is my dog. So I'm like, oh hell no. Gotta be perfect. So I only let this sit for 15 minutes. I probably could have let it sit for longer. It won't have to sit for as long this time. I'm not too upset about it because I had to go back and do the detail of the pumpkin. Black outlines first, rinse, then you add color. Don't ever, 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 ever do black outline and then add your color. You will regret that immediately. It will blur out like crazy. Why do people keep trying to call us right now?
I don't know, but it won't go away either. Go away.
Girl, don't go away mad.
There we go.
Girl, just go away. I heard a bum singing that outside the other day.
Really?
Yeah. And it was like, it was like a weird moment where, you know, like how Facebook predicts what you're doing. Well, like I had just posted those lyrics on Facebook and now I feel like the bum can predict what I'm doing.
It's like the algorithm of life.
Yeah, like
picking up
everybody
on it.
was on that Motley Crue wagon.
We could go as far as to calling it the simulation.
Totally. Something was going on. All right. Saran wrap, madam.
Oh, crap. Here, y'all are just gonna have to look at the table.
She's so rude. You want to see my mug? We'll just prop you. Ooh, shite. There we go. Okay. Let me put them here so you can see our double chins. Double chins.
We all know this is the best angle.
Yep.
How far up do you want to?
I just want to saran wrap this purple. Okay. Here, why don't you take over that pleasant view that they have of our wonderful ceiling. Fun learning tutorial. Don't get popcorn ceilings. They're awful. The ceiling has been here since the 70s. I had a wedgie.
That's mom territory. Samantha.
What?
I think the flow joke.
Oh, that was mom territory. I feel like we're all adults and we can get the humor of that.
Yep.
And I mean, if you get offended easy, why did you become a groomer? Sorry, it's like there's no offense in grooming. You just gotta get used to it. Since I'm here, you know.
Hector, go ahead and ask away. That's what we're here for.
What?
He said that I don't know if you can help me out with some questions I got.
Oh yeah. I'm all about the questions.
Sure try.
I will answer, and I will also go back and answer all your questions when the video is done. Look at that little orange butt. Boop. Part of me wants to make that purple, but the other part of me is lazy.
Yep.
Griffin's like, we already did this. Oh, colorful floor.
There's so much color on the floor.
This is the painted pooch.
Not the painted refrigerator?
If Lindsay's watching, she's going to hate you.
She should hate Sean. He did it. Oh, wait, no, she did it. He made the meme.
She painted the fridge. So Lindsay spray painted our fridge purple. And then Lakota's man, he's a very humorous fellow, made a meme that was like painted pooch. It's more like the painted refrigerator.
It's still back there.
It's
still got it.
It's still purple.
Still around kicking.
It's still running.
Got into a contest, but his model is a Sholo.
What?
A dog with no hair. So what is your question? Let us know.
So you're asking how to dye a no-haired dog?
I mean, I feel like
That's what I agree with Samantha. The paint pens, chalk, airbrush would be great. I mean, you can try to dye, but it's not going to really stay, I don't think. I mean, it'll stain maybe a little bit. Maybe the color shampoo might let it sit long enough.
Yeah.
I would do the paint pens. And I got to paint with Dio de los Muertos. Oh, you want to do a Day of the Dead thing? I would use the paint pens or chalk, airbrush. That's what I would do. Oh, we didn't set a timer for Alexa.
Oh my goodness. Does anyone know how long it's been?
How long should we do?
I think we should probably do it for another maybe 7 more minutes. Yeah?
7 more minutes?
Yeah. So I feel like the jack-o'-lantern's probably been on there for
Yeah, I just really want that orange to stick.
Well, if you want to set it for 10,
I was going to say
be
10.
ambitious.
Alexa, set a timer for 10 minutes.
He said, what should I do first?
I'd do the paint pens. I think that's all you need. It just depends on what product you like better. Get the paint pens and the chalk and play with it and see how you like it. Airbrush is one of those things where you need some practice with it before it's going to work for you really well. Yeah. What are you doing, Wiener dog? What are you doing, Wiener? I'm going to give him a cookie. Lakota, entertain them with your entertainment.
I'm not entertaining. I've got a Kiko here. Kiko, come Come here. Come here. She wants to show her belly. Yes. Look at her.
You want a cookie? You want a cookie? He doesn't want a cookie. He says he's mad. Oh, wait.
Oh. Testing the waters. Of course Kiko wants a cookie. Look at her. Oh, she wants to drag it off.
Oh, Louie.
Louie.
Look at that little mad. Look at this little badass.
Yeah.
Bat.
Unicorn boy. Are you a magical little unicorn boy?
All right, let's see what kind of questions we got. I will send you a video of all the questions I have. Oh, you can ask all the questions you want, but you can send me a video. But you're not interfering by asking questions at all. That's what tutorials are for. It's either that or I tell more dad jokes. I'm kind of over my dad jokes. They're not as funny anymore after I've heard them a couple times. It's a giant ginger ale. We don't want that.
He says, can I have?
Can I have it? Can I have the things? Can I have the things? So we're just, gonna sit here and talk to you guys. Well,
I'm gonna put us back up on this guy.
Well,
I just need like 2 minutes to rest my arms here.
okay, on we go.
Oh my gosh. There we go.
Dad jokes are great, yes. I'm trying to think if I know more. All the ones that I know right now, off the top of my head, are not appropriate.
Not surprising.
Like the Easter egg one. I'm not telling that one. It's too much. That's a mom joke. If you would like to hear that joke, you can PM me.
I probably purposefully blacked that out of my memory.
Yeah, I'm just thinking, I can't. Too bad.
Don't do it. We'll have to start our own Lakota and Lauren show.
What other jokes did I'm gonna go back on my conversation with Lakota and check out what I said.
I was trying to forget about work, playing Animal Crossing, and Lauren's blowing up my phone.
She acts like she's annoyed, but she, you know what? It's like she knows she's impressed. This is just us complaining about work stuff. Hold on, there's a lot of that.
What are you doing?
Oh, why did the raisin go out with the prune? Because he couldn't find a date.
That's so sad.
It's so sad.
So sad for him.
Mm-hmm. How do you steal a coat? You jack it.
Nice. There was one that I couldn't figure out.
Yeah, you ruined that one. Oh, it was when does a sandwich cook? When it's bacon, lettuce, and tomato.
That's so dumb.
It's so dumb, but it's good. It's a dad joke.
Who bakes lettuce and tomato?
What is that? No, not on the pause. What? It's not baking. It's bacon, lettuce, and tomato. It's a play on words. Do you not get that? The sandwich isn't actually cooking. It's like bacon. Like
Yeah.
ham. Bacon, lettuce, and
what
tomato.
does that have to do with time? Wait, what was the joke?
I said, when does a sandwich cook? When it's bacon,
When?
lettuce, and tomato.
When does it cook?
When it's bacon, lettuce, and tomato. It's a play on words. You killed.
I know.
See, she can't have any fun with Lakota.
I'll never get that one.
No, you're... Oh, this one's good. What do you call a wife of a hippie? Mrs. Hippie. Mississippi. Mississippi. It's so bad. These are all so bad. Oh, what did the Rastafarian say to the pirate? All righty, man. All right.
That's it. You
That's
guys
it.
can
That's
go
it.
home.
That's it. That's all I'm doing. No mom jokes. I can't do that joke. I feel like it would offend some people. Some of us are not as chill about. Do you want to
Vibey.
eat that?
Give it to Kiko.
She's already poofy.
She's already poofy.
Oh, your battery is low, dude.
No! Hold on, let me try to save the day.
Hold on, we're gonna charge the phone. Alexa, how much time do we have left on the timer? So I hope you guys actually learned some stuff besides bad dad jokes.
What did it say?
What?
What, did you hear what it said?
No, I thought you were listening.
Alexa, how much time left on the timer?
You have 3 minutes and 50
We got
seconds
3
left
minutes
on your 10
till
minute
results. I hope you guys actually are learning some stuff here. I'm trying to, I mean, this is the boring part of creative where you're just sitting around
This thing is really
with your
hot.
dogs and saran wrap. Did you just say I'm really hot? Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Especially when I look at the camera like this. Or my
We have
gap.
such
It's my gap
wonderful
teeth
angles.
that you like. Tiny teeth. Tiny teeth. Oh, does anybody have any questions or dad jokes to share with me?
Lauren's throwing treats at me. For once.
Nope, it's all silent over here. Lakota, tell us a
Everyone's
joke.
laughing at us.
Mhm.
I don't have any jokes. I'm the most serious person you'll ever meet.
She's real serious.
Actually, I am the joke.
Yes. Well, she's not going to think it's funny when she has to collab with me on this creative doodle on Wednesday.
No!
You want to do creative, so you
Yeah.
know what? That's what you got to just jump in.
I think it's gonna be a task because my body's very broken and big dogs are not my forte, but I think it'll be fun.
What's the dentist's favorite time? 2:30. It's a good one.
That is, it's cute.
That is cute. I really want to tell Samantha I will PM you the mom joke. They're saying mom jokes. Okay, if everybody wants to give me like a thumbs up that a mom joke is okay, I'll tell it. But it's perverted. But it makes me giggle. Because I too am perverted. So is Lakota.
Yes. Yes, queen.
Okay. Should I tell it? There's just one little. Look at the likes. Look at them. There they go. Okay. All right. I gotta make sure I remember it.
You totally ruin it.
What did the egg say to the boiling water? It's gonna take me a while to get hard. I just got laid. Oh! There's your mom joke. Okay, now I'm gonna sheepishly look away. My professionalness just went right out the window.
This is a very, it's a very real salon setting in here.
I mean, I feel like you guys gotta watch a tutorial and you gotta stand with me for this boring stuff. We should make it entertaining.
Yep.
I mean, this is literally how we roll all day, though. The painted pooch.
Well, I try to zone out most of the time.
I don't let you.
No.
She's like dead. I don't think I have any more, like, I have the masturbating cow one. That one's bad. Oh my God, Lauren, stop. The Lauren and Lakota show. Ta-ta. You want to do a little dance?
No.
Let's all look at Lakota.
This isn't TikTok now. Hey.
Hey.
Oh, it's time. Thank
Ooh, it's time.
Oh, I was saved. Saved by the timer.
Oh God. Griffin, no.
Alexa, timer off. I'm so irritated.
Where's the freaking? Oh.
The loop.
Oh, that gave me a brain like an ice cream headache from laughing too much. Okay.
Boop.
start again with where we started. Here I go again on my own.
Groomers with no caffeine is dangerous? Yeah.
It is.
Andrea said we made her afternoon.
You guys want to hear the one about the cow? What do you call a masturbating cow?
Oh, God.
Beak stroking off.
I hate that so
I hate that one
much.
too. It's so bad. Oh, my head. What do you call a cow with no legs? Ground beef.
Stupid.
Oh, God, that gives me I have a headache from laughing. Griffin's like, again? Hopefully it takes a stop. Or I'll be like, never mind, guys, watch someone else. God. Alright, there. That looks a little more purpley.
Yep.
If not, I'm putting it on you and it's staying on overnight, buddy. See, I love this tape. It just comes off like so easy. It's like, done.
Filled with so much shame.
I can't think of any more jokes. It's probably this way.
Well, at least Hector thinks we're awesome.
I think we got a lot of thumbs up.
Oh my God!
Ginger!
I'm gonna pass out.
Ow, my head. Okay, headache.
Oh, I'm crying.
Oh, my head. All right. Ooh. I can't laugh anymore because it's giving me like a brain freeze. Oh. All right, let's
We
rinse this.
actually need caffeine.
There we go. Happy little pumpkin.
Oh, that's cute.
It is. It's a little backwards or janky because, you know, chiropractor, but nothing I can't fix later. It's a side profile. I need to make it like a little bigger down here. Like front. I still think it's cute.
Oh, looks good. And I think he's also, because the water's a little cool, he's scrunching up his back a little bit.
Yeah. Hold on, buddy. I'm going to put the warm water on. All right. It's the final countdown. We're leaving for peanut field. Don't care what they say. That maybe they've seen us. I don't remember the lyrics to the rest. All right. I'm going to clarify this. I'm not going to dilute just because I'm going to use it all over the body. Don't do this at home. What the hell do they do to this?
I don't know.
Or did they put... I gave them
Y'all
gallon
just
pumps.
witnessed us,
Look at that. That's
finding
a
out
5 gallons.
someone is in deep doo-doo.
Jesus, dum-dums. How... Oh. I say that with love, kind of.
That
If
is...
you bathers are watching this right now, bad. Okay.
Is Coat Handler Clarifying Shampoo, in case anyone was wondering.
Just want to get some good color, scrub that butt. Oh, crap.
Hector loves that wiener.
Love what?
Griffin.
Oh. Griffin is quite lovely.
He's a good boy.
The other one, though.
Oh, Mina?
She sucks.
Yeah.
I should have used the Plum Silky just because I love Plum Silky. Why is this so low? Okay. I'm going to use a little medicated. Just clean them up and we'll get them blow dried. I'm just getting a nice clean so the colors will pop. And then I'm going to condition this little boy. because believe me, he needs it. He's like, so many baths. Now I'm gonna have the final countdown stuck in my head all day.
Yeah. Thanks.
Final countdown.
Done.
It's the final countdown. Come on, Lakota. Tired.
You need to get this phone on the charger when you get out there.
I know.
It's very upset right now.
I'm hoping this purple stays. I haven't. He's got really new hair to this. This is all new for the grip homes. If not, I will be doing that in my spare time. Never. All right, conditioner. What conditioner shall we use? Let's use the leave-on, which I recommend. This is my favorite for after dye jobs.
Zymox.
I feel like because I'm sideways, is this commentary sideways. Zymox.
It smells really good too.
And the BD. Griffin's like, stop.
In my last shop, we had a German Shepherd that came in for baths every week. And we used that stuff on it, and someone made the mistake of blowing it into the coat. And which is like, you know, fine because it's a leave-in, but it went all over the floor. And we couldn't get it up. We were slipping for like an entire week. Just tried scrubbing it with Dawn, couldn't get that crap out. So it's really nice on their fur, just not on your floor.
Yeah. This is the fun stuff. You guys all know how to bathe a dog.
Hector said, you recommend that on the last video, right? Yeah.
Yes, I
Yep.
did. I had a lot of people hit me up after the last video asking me questions that were on the video, and I was like, I am not, what is that, like Cliff Notes of my video. Cliff Notes, remember the things you had in school that like cheated so you didn't have to
Yeah.
watch the whole thing? I'm like, watch the video.
Yeah.
So I'm
Well,
like,
that's the nice thing about saving the live is that you still get all the comments, so.
Exactly. Unfortunately,
And the
watching this
timestamps.
one over, we're going to forever know how cheesy we are
Yeah.
both.
I wasn't feeling good last time, so I was a little bit more quiet. Did you just punch the tub?
Why are you videos? Ah. Why is that important for everyone? Ah. That hurt. Ah. I think I might
You're
put a
gonna
little too much
feel that on Wednesday.
I will. I'm gonna rinse it just a little, not more than I want it. Just a little to spread it around. Okay, buddy. All right. Get in there with the towel. Yeah, but it's a good boy. It's a good boy. Where are you? Here he is. There's that handsome Halloweener. Halloweener. All right.
Boop.
All right, I'll go let them tell me dad jokes. Well, I'm going to plug this in. I am pretty strong, but punching the steel tub is not. Damn, Lakota and this stupid pop-up thing on her phone. Hold on. Okay. All right, it's your turn for you guys to entertain me. Tell me some jokes. I love how we went from 31 people to 10. Everybody's like, that's enough of these guys. I'm done with it. So while we try, we're going to see how this turned out. And you guys feel free to hit me up with questions. Don't worry, I'll be posting on Wednesday after I finish the dreaded doodle. Whose name is Chewbacca? Because that's an original doodle name. All right. Kiko, do you want to say hi to the people again? Come here. Come here, Fuzzy. Louie, come here. Come here, Louie. Come here, buddy. All right. Two guys walk into a bar. Okay. Oh, I've punched a kennel door several times. Ooh, look at that fuzzy boy. The third one ducks. Oh my God. No. Are you a good boy? Look at this. Look at this little bat that Lakota did. He's a handsome boy. He's a good boy? Is he a good boy? Ugh. And then there's Kiko. Come here, Kiko. Come on. That's Poof. Look at this Poof. Look at her tail. It's like the pinkest tail ever. Little babies. All right. So if you guys have any questions about products, just remember always have painter's tape, a Sharpie, a thick one for your stencil, Saran wrap, and OPAWZ permanent color, which you guys can use my code Painted Pooch and get 5% off your order. It's real easy to remember, Painted Pooch. You're gonna paint a pooch. Oh, I forgot to plug this dang phone in too. How many washes has he had for the blue? I don't know. I'd have to ask Lakota how many washes he's had. She did that when I did that pet cemetery dye job. She was here doing that one, and that was like, I want to say that was like 2 weeks ago. So I know he's had like maybe 2 baths, because he gets dirty. Yes, we do send our products to Mexico. Like, I believe it's international for wherever you'd like to order. I will be supplying a link for you guys, and I will ask more thoroughly if that's the case, but I believe so. Watch a dancing palm till it's ready. It's so exciting. We get to see the finished product. And then her and Griffin are going to do a couples photo. I'm going to hide my bad hair and her hair. But Andrea, we send to Mexico, right? Question? If you're on here still. Look at these little toe beans. Look at those little things. Boop, ba-doop, boop. It's a beautiful day here in Burien. I don't know how the weather is over there, but like, look how nice it is outside. It's like a perfect fall day. Does anybody have any more questions about the design work, or anybody going to be doing some fun detail work lately, or? I'm really out of dad jokes, so we're just waiting for Griffin to dry. And like I said before, he takes forever to dry. Hey. Ooh, you also always want to have a ton of combs around. Combing, saturation of dye. I'm going to get this cleaned up really quick so we can bring him out here. There's dye on the table. Was gonna kill us because we got dye on our table. Well, it's my table, but still. Hold on, guys. I'll be right back. Just give him some bleach from 256. Okay. Thank you again for answering that. I was pretty sure you did international, but with COVID and stuff, everything's so up in the air these days, especially with how long shipping takes. It should be fine. They can still, it's just, you have to just give a little time for your shipment to get there. It's probably going to take, I mean, could take up to 7 to 10 business days. So just make sure you give yourself plenty of time before you need the dye. Kiko, don't eat the hair. Like I stated, my wiener dog takes forever to try. He doesn't even have that much hair. Oh. I thought Samantha was telling me another dad joke. Samantha, it seems like only me and you have really great dad joke appeal. Wednesday, I'm going to try to check your show out, but I'm actually going to be doing that Skeledoodle at the same time. But I will definitely check it out for sure. I might be hitting you up with some questions. I need to get my bangs cut. This is like the life of a groomer. You don't have time to do your own hair. Yeah, always come visit. Come on, I know you guys got some good dad jokes. Look at that weenie. Yeah, I think his hair is just fried on this side a little bit. We're just gonna have to, we'll just deal with that for now and do some conditioning treatments. Let's get this guy brushed out. Yeah, he needs a little.
Do you want to try some of my quench?
So Griffin still held color pretty good, but he's gonna need some conditioning treatments. It went better. It's just this side. It's a little. This side's really nice.
We might need some of this too.
The pumpkin turned out. I still did kind of a lopsided pumpkin. So here we go. Ta-da. So I'll probably touch this up again in like a week. It's still a nice purple. It's a little deeper on this side. And I need to trim his ears. Don't judge that right now. He's a groomer's dog, dang it. Just getting some of his tail snagged out. His hair hates me right now. I'm gonna trim some of this dead hair off. I just get this brushed and we'll have Lakota grab the camera. We'll look at the pumpkin. So here's our little jack-o'-lantern, guys.
Okay.
Happy little pumpkin. Yeah. I might go in later and make it a little more boop, boop. So there you guys go. Quick little jack-o'-lantern. Griffin. He's like, can I run around? You want to run around, buddy? So it's like Griffin. Ooh! No.
You nugget.
Be free. Let's look at that beast.
Let me see if I can. Oh, I don't think I can. Can I flip it?
I can look at it while you're doing it. Griffin.
Oh, there we go. Got it.
Griffin.
Griffin. Come here. Oh, look at that wiggle butt.
So happy.
Wiggle butt.
It's just, now it's a party.
Look at all those colorful dogs. Oh, Griffin, you're going to get yourself all hairy. Come here.
I think there's like a really bad delay on mine, so I can't read it. All right, so we should finish off. Okay.
Ready to sign out?
Let's flip over. All right, guys. It's the Lakota Lauren Show. we're signing out. We're going to clean up our mess and get some coffee. You guys take care. Hit me up with any questions. Always great hanging out with y'all. Bye.
Bye.